Hi, I'm Deneen, and I'm so glad you're here today because I have my favorite my favorite mathematician, wonderful Stanley here. Now, I don't know if you got to see last week's video. It was on a Peter Liljedahl activity. Actually, if you haven't seen the video that we made last year on celebrity travel, it's a fantastic activity that any of your students from elementary to high school would enjoy doing. And in that video, I explained to you how to get it. It's all free on the Peter Liljedahl website. It's called numeracy tasks, and you can just click on numeracy tasks, and he has activities on grade levels. I think it's like K4, 4, 8, and then high school. But it's called Celebrity Travel. So last week's video was on that, sort of. I did that day one. And then day two, I wanted the students to do like a part two of it. And I thought, I couldn't think of anything that they could do to further, build those math connections. So I did something a little scary, and I asked the students if they thought they could create their own Peter Liljedahl activity, and I put them in partners. And they rose to the occasion. They didn't even bat an eye. Like, I thought they would struggle. Well, how do we create our own math problem? It was as if that ability was inside them, just waiting to come out. And all I had to do was give them an opportunity to create. And I remember one pair, Caleb and Isaac, maybe it was a Caleb and Andre, I think. One pair even did two activities. They weren't satisfied with their one activity and they did two. So it was a very engaging day, and it's something that I hope that you'll try. Peter really recommends using whiteboards and having the students upright and vertical. Math needs to be vertical. The whiteboards, because they're more willing to take risks on paper, they're less likely to take risks and create. But I've done it on paper too before I had my big whiteboards. And then even if you have them on paper, at least have them standing up and not sitting at their desk so that they can look at each other's work and get ideas. And we talk about that looking at someone else's work is not stealing in this situation. We're all showing our work so that we can learn and grow together. So the next morning, Stanley came and surprised me after school. It was so much fun. I was so excited when he popped into my classroom after school. And the next morning on the way to work, I don't know if you've ever been here, where you realize that you don't quite have your whole day planned out. That's starting in 45 minutes. Am I alone? Is there anyone who's been there with me? So we carpool. I think we've shared that with you. And I said to wonderful Stanley, I need I need a Peter Liljedahl type activity for today, and I want it to take the whole period because I don't like math lessons that, problems that they finish in 15 minutes and they're done. I really like them to get in, get messy, and think and struggle and take a long time. So I said, Stanley, can you think of anything that we can do today?
So you're probably thinking she asked me that night, but no, she asked me as we're driving into the parking lot of her school saying, so for today, this is what I need.
We really that close to school?
Yeah, we were on Tennessee. Are you kidding me? So anyways, yeah, I could probably think of something. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
And and so I drop Janine off at work, and then I'm going to my work now, and I'm thinking along the way, and it just so happened to be Christmas, and we had just done the Secret Santa gift exchange setup. So we knew we had to make our list, and then
For our family.
we knew who we got for our Secret Santa. And so I go, man, maybe we should do something with Secret Santa. And
Was
so
it our whole Matsuda family? The like Your brothers,
Yeah.
the whole big family. Okay.
Yeah. So there's, I don't know, like,
17 of us, I
yeah.
think.
So I go, okay, maybe I can think of something like that. And so in my office, I thought, oh, this is what I'll do. So in our Matsuda Secret Santa, there's a cap of $40. So you can't spend more than $40, but you put on a wish list all these different items and they all cost different amount. And so
It's so fun.
you have to pick and choose which ones so that you don't accidentally go over the $40 limit. And so I said, we'll do the exact same thing for Denise's class. So this is what I created. So if you look on here, there's a bunch of these little toys and the prices are underneath. And there's a little explanation about how the Secret Santa works in the Matsuda family gift exchange. And so the students had to pick and choose what toys and then add them up and make sure they don't go over $40. And so what I'll do is I will create this and put it on Teachers Pay Teachers for you.
And you can still do it even though Christmas is over. I said, Stanley, shouldn't we save this for next year? And put it out in November, December. And you said,
No, yeah, you
no.
can you can change the prompts to be maybe it's a birthday for a fellow classmate or something like that.
And then you could even do it again at Christmas time because I'm finding that keeping the activity similar but with a little bit of change, it just makes the meaning so much better. They want to do it with a little twist. So this is something you could do.
And
Eh,
plus you can change the images and the prices.
mhm.
You just make them up. Like
You could even let them do that as a
yeah, the
yeah.
images could be like grade level. Like these are not toys that maybe a high school student would want.
He might be though.
Yeah, who knows?
Kids love
Or
to
a
play.
kindergarten would.
Hmm.
But you know the feel of what your uh, class students
Hmm.
like to play with and stuff.
And you can even do Christmas in January. It's not a problem. We can break those rules. But they loved it. I put them in pairs, and even though they were in pairs, though, I gave them their own sheet each so that I knew that they were doing their own work. And I had them use calculators. Calculators are something that we use often in class, and we don't use them um, for things like, rote math work, but for problem solving, we use calculators and they love it. And I don't find that they are using it inappropriately at all. But several pairs came up to me and said, "Oh, I'm super close. I'm just about 5 cents over or 10 cents over. Is that okay?" And it was really nice not to have to be the bad guy for once. And I said, "Well, let's FaceTime him and see what he says." So we did, and they were so excited to do that.
Yeah, so I get a FaceTime call at work, and it's
Luckily, he
her
wasn't in a meeting.
students calling saying, "Hey, so Mr. Matsuda, we did this and we got $40.03. Is that okay?" And I go, "No, I'm sorry, you went over."
They took that news from him even better than they took it from me. And I don't know if you can see, he made multiple chances for them to try so that they can record all of their tries so that it's organized, because that's something that I'm finding I need to help them with, is like showing their work in an organized, methodical way. And that's a skill, boy, that's a skill that will serve them all through
Mhm.
their education and life. So we hope that you will do this with your students. They will love it, and it's something that they can even repeat. They might even want to repeat it, do it again, because as I said earlier, when you do it again with a little change, it just makes the mistakes that they make, it just helps them to learn. And please remind them that mistakes are good. Mistakes are part of learning, and it's something to be embraced, not to be shunned.
That's
So
it.
we will see you another time. Thank you for coming to be with us today, and we hope that you are well. Bye bye.
Bye.